Well, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again, I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 3 of my Let's Play Doki Doki Literature Club. In the previous episodes, we shared our poems for the first time. And who the hell were they? Natsuki or Natsuki? I can't remember. And Yuri got into a fight. And we managed to calm everything down a little bit. And now we've written a second poem. And we are about to, I guess, show those poems to each other again. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Sayori. Oh, yo, Sayori. So, looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's pretty simple. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Apparently. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? Yes, why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Ah, Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She then turns it upside down and lets its contents spill on the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Ah, oh, she needs money. I knew it! I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that leaves only one option. Nice. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Haha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening, and her face is in her book as always. Ah, I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri! Someone to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved in that. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is a fair enough retribution. Yuri coming out again with her sophisticated and witty comebacks. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. Yeah, I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's fun. It's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Okay, sure. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... Huh? A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. What the hell? Sayori glances around. It's a miracle! It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost works. Okay. Whatever you say. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. And it was certainly worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. That's so nice of you to randomly throw a cookie in my face. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Just eat it. Just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears the wrapper and takes a big bite. Frogworm! I guess. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Does she bring food every day, or is this like what the hell's going on? Geez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Nobi and wraps her arms. She does that with everyone as well. Oh jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in that. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Ooh, Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh, where is Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. I say apparently. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. Is so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Ah, I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You play something for us, Monika? Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Why me? Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure you into anything. Ah, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapades. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah! Crap! I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Hmm? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Sure, okay, whatever. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and... Ah, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There is something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, you read close to the book and scans your eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Wow, okay. And then her life is in danger. She needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships when her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? Well, yeah. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting the one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Replace that with romance and then it's describing me very perfectly. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something so strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after. I almost read it's a leisure club after all. that would have given this a whole new meaning. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Ah, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to YURI'S. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. You open the book and start the prologue. I still understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she is not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's against Yuri's, and then hold the book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oh! I feel like I should get excited about this, because this seems to be kind of the point of this game, I guess. Again, I haven't uploaded anything yet, by the way. I'm pre-recording all these episodes, so I really don't know whether I want to upload all of this or not. if it all of a sudden just turns into a huge, like a hentai portion of the game, I really can't upload this anymore, you know? Or I have to start blurring parts out. Or cut them out. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I was under the assumption that I was sitting on her right side instead of the other way around, but okay. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. This game really, it is definitely a literature game because it is definitely expanding my vocabulary quite a bit. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her. Oh, fluttering over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri? This may be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into her head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Mark, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we share today's poems with everyone. We might not have enough time if we wait for too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, let's go to Yuri straight up. Phone? Could you not, like, magically pretend like I'm using you? Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Mark, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imaginary. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. You really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Oh god, no. Please no. Please don't tell me I had an extremely sensible subject there. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh crap, oh shit, it's a lot longer now. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing? Oh, I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry, and more frequently. What? The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently. That's how it. That's how you write. That's how you read that. Summer bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. I like it. This was, no offense, but this was a lot better than your first one. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. Yeah, I like the metaphorical stuff actually. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at fact value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's these sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Your hobbies are cutting bread. Your metaphoric hobby is cutting bread. I'm wondering who the raccoon is that she kind of likes to feed with her bread. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. You don't have anything like that. You don't have anything like that, Mark? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay. Should we go the same way? Yeah, let's go the same way. Let's go Monika next. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright, great job. I was going all in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. I really would like to read what my auto-generated poems are. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it works anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes things simple and direct. And direct words to describe happiness and sadness. I think that you could like go towards Monika first and like learn about the other girls and then apply that when making the making your poems during the night, and then you could veer your poem in a certain direction depending on which girl you like or whatever. And because Monika doesn't appear on when you write your poems in the little 3 characters that dance around while you're selecting the words. So I'm guessing Monika is like your guide or something towards one of the 3. Again, still, I'm not really playing this game for the fact that I want to hook up with one of the girls here, because again, I still don't really know what this game is exactly about, but for the time being, this game is mostly about expanding my English vocabulary, which is quite nice because, you know, I haven't expanded my vocabulary in a while, to be honest. So who knows, maybe after this series is over, again, depending on whether I will upload it or not, you will hear some more sophisticated words appear in my Let's Plays. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem? I like the way this turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, there's a very long... Okay. Save me! The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. That sounds familiar. A cacophony of meaningless noise. I feel like I've heard that before. Somewhere. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. That's an interesting way to write a Q, by the way, by the little extra dash there. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, I guess. Tangents. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space words you can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes me feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's hard for me to tell what's it about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling. Maybe time is just a construct of human perception. Where? Sorry, I just had to think of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared for a second. Or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Yes, very curious what it is. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Is that metaphorical, or are you literally giving me like fourth wall breaking advice? You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice of today. Thanks for listening. What the fuck? Okay. Thanks for the fourth wall-breaking tip there, Monika. So the tip of today is to save your game before making a very important decision. Okay. Well, I guess I'll save. Oh, okay, here we go. Wow, wow, you can have a lot of save slots here. Okay, well, I'll save on this empty slot right here. There we go. Not that making the choice between Sayori and Natsuki is very difficult, but, you know, I haven't saved yet. I've recorded all of this in one take. I like this one. It has very nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, I'd rather just hear it. No, I still like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you. Never ever. I guess so. What made yesterday's poem great compared to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just got... But I feel like every episode I've at least done a blah where my brain just fucking short circuits for a little bit while reading something. But that's why I just go to my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt by it at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a little hug. And make it a nice, happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks. I should go write that down then. Can you read my poem today? Oh. Well, okay, this is a lot better. Or a lot longer at least. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together in like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. This feels like the plot of Inside Out. It's a core memory! But there's no time to waste. I put in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. That could be very weird if you take that one out of context. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. That could be extremely weird if you take that out of context. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done. I open up and come And in come my friends. In they come. In such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. Okay, I guess that's where the sad part comes in a little bit. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Okay, yeah, that definitely took a bit of a sad turn at the very end. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. Yeah, I can see that, exactly. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. You should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself in this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten very passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best! I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it in no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, well, let's go to Natsuki next. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Oh well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Aha! Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me that Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long, so you might have the same wavelength. Hang on, Yuri liked my poem? Monika thought that my poem was very similar to Yuri's poem. Satsuki or whatever liked it less than the last one, and she thinks that it's the same as hers from last time. Okay, it's all not making a lot of sense, but okay. Sayori has a type all of a sudden. Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? Thanks. It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Thanks! Yeah, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, we would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem here. You've got the best handwriting though. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Okay, I'm very interested to see who the metaphor is there. Who Amy is. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think it was the best I could do. No, of course not. Of course not, this is horrible. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in the poem. I doubt I have to explain. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people recognize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid people find out they'd make fun of. So you think less of her. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Oh, that's funny. Yuri writes about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah? She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. Is she being super mean to Yuri in that poem because of what happened yesterday? I guess you could try not to be mean to her. Oh shit! I accidentally clicked out the game. There we go, we're back. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned a lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions to importance. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come up and sit at the front of the room. This is about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Yuri, of course, has an existential crisis right now on the word performing alone. Monika? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. So Yuri is putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. Really? What the hell have these guys been doing before I got here? Is what I'm wondering. It's a lot to ask for them to recite the poems out loud to a whole room full of people. So I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. but I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we will inspire others to do the same. And more people will perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing our feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any argument left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over with it. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Ah, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika! This is all too sudden. Well, if you can recite your poem in front of the club, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no! Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Ah, of course. Now let's see. Monika flips up her notebook to the specific poem she had in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Alright, well, I've been recording for 45 minutes again, or 47. So I'll end up the episode here. And we'll listen to Monika's reciting poem in the next episode. So, I hope everyone's enjoyed it. Click the like button beneath if you did. Subscribe to join the Roman army. And I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valete.